PLC with gunmetal crystal edge technology screen. Rawr. Oh, we're playing my cat real quick. Okay, so as I told you before, I've officially made Jaime Fernando Gonzalez, Rogers of PARTAY'S, S.W.5 and Derrick Williams. They are now our official paint suppliers for all test demonstrations we'll be doing under our FLE technology, all future technology, until we get to court. Chances are, I'm going to be buying all this black paint from the door. But again, like I said, you're going to have people that are going to talk trash about you at the end of the day and try to discredit your work. And the best way to shut that down is to meet them head on. And that's how we do it. So I'm not going to go check into this. I'm not at all. This is the last announcement I got to give on this. The reason why is because I said I was going to make you the official paint suppliers of all our black paint for our testing. So I want to make sure if I ever got to go back and say, hey, I made this statement, I can go back and back my word. I like to back my word. I like to say everything I say in my mouth. I like to have a video that backs what I say. So you are now our official paint suppliers. We will supply all black paint for all our technology for testing. Remember, if you make these statements against my company, you got to pay for this. You're going to back up accusations at the end of the day. Now, hold on for a minute. Did some necking stuff over here. If you cannot back up your claims at all on statements, on slandering my company and things you said about my business that are not true, you're already facing criminal charges. You're already facing lawsuits. You're facing just about everything you could possibly think of under the sun. We already had to have a conversation with one of them who felt the need to send me emails to say that he wasn't there, didn't live there, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. That's not my business at the end of the day. Your charges have already been filed. Everything's in the system. That's between you and FBI. If you decide that you want to go run, that's you. Get a warrant. That's where that comes up to. But that's not about that. This is about basically people making false accusations about our products and making false YouTube demonstrations and saying they have our products and doing fake unboxings. So if our products are coming out that dark, as you said they are, and our products are scams, you are now our official paint suppliers. I made this statement before, and I told you that it was going to happen. And you think I was bluffing? I'm not bluffing when I tell you I'm going to do stuff at the end of the day. That's what I'm setting up. I'm actually going to do it. So, from now on, you're our paint suppliers. So, all the crying and whining on the channel about how our products don't do this and how our products don't do that and how we're faking demonstrations and our stuff is not real and all that, that gets shut down. I'm expecting my paint. You have 2 weeks. I'll give you a date when I'm expecting my product. No sooner, no later. I will be emailing you with a letter. Same thing we gave Jamie, except your name will be in its place. I will send one to you, Rogers. I will send one to you, Derrick. We have you contacting us on our company's page, so we have your information. And Mr. Wake, we have yours too, also too. I'll be sending that out to you also, so we can show the judge we did send you these letters, because again, if you're going to make false statements, you got to back it up. What are you doing? Now, do I expect for them to send us our products? No, I don't expect that. Number one, they're afraid. In the list of instructions, which I put down there, that we have to have your official address, which means we have to know your official address. No post office boxes, nothing. As I said before, if you didn't commit any crimes, if you didn't get in any trouble, if everything we're saying is false, hold on a minute, setting up. All my products are not real, you should have no problem putting your official address and sending it over. If you don't want to send your address because you don't want anybody to know where you live, because there are government agencies and also too police, law enforcement officers that you're going to have to deal with sooner or later, that would be the reason why you would fight not putting your address up there. Because you did something wrong, because you lied. And another thing too is you can't send the black paint because our products are tested and we could crush the demonstration with no problem. So instead of going back and forth, this tit and tat nonsense, we just crush it in one hit. Have my black paint in 2 weeks. I'll give you a date when I want my product, or when it should be here. We should have it by then. If we don't have it by then, gentlemen, it'll get far worse for you. As I said before, I'll file a massive lawsuit against you. And I mean a huge lawsuit. So it's going to get much worse. Any way of defending yourself in court will not happen because, again, no lawyer is going to take your case due to the fact that we gave you the request and you didn't follow through, which means you lied. Where's my stand? Oh, my stand's right there. Where the frig is my stand? I'm looking at it right there. So from now on, as I said before, I gave you the request to send my product. Today I'm dubbing you our official paint suppliers. Now, apparently I'll be buying all this paint myself. I already know that's reality. They can't send anything out. But as I said before, what better way to nip it in the butt? Send me my paint. I'm expecting it. You're my official paint suppliers from now on, for here on in, until we reach court. Now, if we go to court, and they say, at the end of the day, I gave them the option because they're the ones that accused us of ripping people off and we're scammers at the end of the day, and we're all these things, and our product's nothing but black paint, and we're doing this and doing that. We gave them the option to ship us black paint to our address. And they're going to ask, did you receive it? Like, no, Your Honor, we didn't receive anything at all. As a matter of fact, we sent certified letters to another one. We received nothing at all. They're going to ask you on that. Why didn't you send it? What are you going to say? I didn't want to give up my address. Or why don't you want to give up your address? What's the problem with you giving your address up? You made the accusation. He gave his address up. Why didn't you give yours? Criminal charges, maybe? You didn't want anybody knowing where you live at because you have criminal charges that are pressed against you, and you don't want officers knowing where you live at because you're guilty of things that you have done. That's what's going to come up. So it's designed to seal your fate. I told you, Rogers, I told you, Wake, I told you, Derrick, that we gave that to one person. I said I can extend it to you very easily. So now you're in the same situation now. Now, again, anything says right there in the rules, right there, what I'm going to show the officer and even the judge, this is what we requested. And we requested your full address. Anything that comes here without a full address attached to it, it's going to be a post office fraud charge. You can't send that. It's going to get you in trouble. You got to send an address over. All your first and last name, Mr. Derrick Wilson, we know where you live at, so don't do anything stupid because we can match it to your real address, so don't do that. And I'm expecting my product. Anything in the packaging, anything in the containers, anything open at that, you'll be considered, you'll have a terrorist, will charge you as a terrorist threat, which means you sent an explosive item through the United States Postal Service that had the potential to cause harm. This will issue in a warrant very quick and very fast. So I would suggest you just record everything to back up everything you're doing. So that way you feel that at the end of the day, that if I'm going to put something in there and claim you did it, even though it's going to be a live unboxing, I suggest you record. Jamie, I'll be sending up your gray paint soon. All right. You know what? The win-win for me, this is going to be awesome. Are we going to get this? No, we're not going to get this at all. Like I told you, we're not going to get it. I'll be buying all the paint. They can't back it up at all, period. Gentlemen, other penalty. If you fail to do so, I'm going to sue you with a whopping $12 million lawsuit, maybe higher than that. And I will request a 50-year prison term for basically committing fraud against my company. Because that's what you're being accused of. Defamation, terroristic threats, also basically committing fraud against my company, saying that my company was doing all these things at the end of the day when it clearly wasn't. If you don't, forget that freaking 20 to 30 years, we're going to request a 50-year prison sentence without parole. How old are you? Can you stand to do that kind of time at the end of the day? So I would suggest you have my paint. I don't do the tit for tat, gentlemen. I don't do the back and forth and all the puppets and 20,000 emails and all that nonsense. If I do demonstrations against your product because we have evidence of you doing these mistakes, I don't have to make this up. We literally have videos of you basically making these mistakes and deleting these videos off your account. This is the evidence that's being used against you. So I don't do that stuff. I basically, only thing I show is the dumb stuff you guys got caught doing. Now, if I want to basically at the end of the day embarrass you, I'll go to your site and get my money back. Or basically I'll give you one of these black paint challenges to send me my black paint and embarrass you even worse. So what are you going to do now? Everybody knows that I made the request. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go on Facebook and every forum site and put it down that we made the request for you guys to send us our paint. Right, that's what happens when you talk trash. All right, let me see. I'm doing some adjustments over here. I want to make sure I get the corners on this. I've never heard any of you sit there and say, hey, send me gray paint in the mail. I dare you. No, we got somebody sending me messages back to, oh, I don't live here anymore. Yeah, you can't send it here because I don't live here anymore. That sounds like somebody who's afraid. Probably don't work. I know that already from the door. Here we go. That's perfect. Let me see. Ugh. YouTube. I'm going to start doing that from now on. My attorney wants us to do it, and I'm definitely going to do that. Anybody who basically makes a false accusation against my product, and you make a claim that my product's too dark, we're going to issue to send us black paint. But remind you, the penalty behind that, when I take it to court, you're going to owe me $10 million. I'm not joking with you. I'm going to sue you for that much money. I don't care if you don't have it. At the end of the day, it doesn't mean jack to me. So if I don't get my product, you get sued. If it doesn't match your screen, you get sued. I get tired of that nonsense. I work too hard to build my company and have people come in and make false accusations. There you go. You brought it on yourself. Deal with it. It's unbelievable what we got to go through at the end of the day. I should tell you at the end of the day, we're nothing to be played around with. 4K snow screensaver. Oh, I'm going to have to build one of these now. I'm testing the screen. I'll show you in a few minutes on what I want to do. I want to do a splatter screen, but I want to do it with black paint. Gotta have fun. Gotta have fun. Not things get too boring. I'm gonna shoot myself. It gets boring after a while. People understand. We've done. You see all the testing we've done. We've done so much testing. I got screen paint right now. I don't even show off. That's what I was doing behind camera. See, gentlemen, I can just come in, request my black paint, and then go around and do a demonstration like this right in front of your face. Because you know what? I back it up 100%. This is what you're dealing with, gentlemen, at the end of the day. You're dealing with somebody who can back his products up 100% on every level you could possibly think of. Do you see the amount of tests and demonstrations I have pushed my products to? I got to a point I said, you know what? We don't have a curved screen. Let's make a curved screen. Don't have a screen that can be submerged underwater. Let's do that too. I want to know how we operate at 50 lumens. How we operate 50 lumens outside. I want to see my screen at massive size. What does a 250-inch look like? I do stuff like that at the end of the day. I wonder if we can basically take on sunlight. I remember sitting there staring out the window talking about, you know what? One day we're going to have the ability to be able to work with you, to be able to use you as a force of energy. What do you think the fusion light stands for? And you guys are putting stuff on your site about sun killer. You don't even know what it means at the end of the day. And if you think we just came up with that stuff, we can show you videos. We were working with that stuff 3 years ago. Why is my stand like this? Here we go. That's better. So I want to do a splatter screen next. I want it in all black paint. This is cool. We got gray, and we got white, and we got the black. Isn't that cool? It's fun, ain't it? See, this is stuff you guys are supposed to be doing. I gotta make up stuff at the end of the day. I'm gonna do a black splatter screen. Just like I drew on the screen over there, I'm gonna do a splatter version of it. So that's the difference between me and you, gentlemen. Not only can I out you as fakes and phonies at the end of the day and give you impossible challenges that we know you can never meet at the end of the day. You can't back up anything you say against me. Can't basically back your own products up. I can do all that while I'm setting up a video to show you why our products are amazing. You will supply all paints for all our products from now on. Now, you can't back that up, then that's not going to go well for you, is it? That means all the nonsense you're talking on your channels right now about our product, and you can't even send us our black paint. That puts everything you say to waste. I'm not going to put in multiple videos requesting my black paint. I've already asked for it twice already. But in the first one we've requested, this one you're making you the official buyer of all our black paints for testing. White screensaver. Man, Taco, I'm telling you, we're gonna have to do something really interesting. I mean, with this FLE, we've pretty much done most of the stuff we want to do with that, but I do want to do some more crazy stuff with it. Oh my goodness, I didn't think about that one. I'm gonna paint the screen first, and then I'm gonna paint into the screen with a paint sprayer. I'm gonna draw my name, and we can do colors. Oh, we're gonna have some fun with that. We're gonna have some fun with that. Definitely. Well, I'm gonna say now the 7s because we got that Infinity 7 coming out. I do want to do something crazy with that. We're going to do the bed sheets. We're definitely doing the bed sheets. That's going to be fun. Skyworth food demonstration. That is definitely going to be fun. No. Skyworth food demonstration. Freak Skywork. The heck is freaking Skywork? Let's take the long way. Yeah, definitely. Definitely going to have to do something crazy with them demonstrations. Or get a black tablecloth, coat one section of that with our technology and leave the other half the way it is and show you exactly what happens without our technology on the table. We definitely got to do that one too. That's going to be fun. Gentlemen, I do these on site in front of people, crowds of people. Now, if I can do this on site in front of crowds of people, if I had that many black versus black demonstrations, what do you think is going to happen if you send that product here? It's going to be embarrassing, isn't it? So it's kind of a damned if you do and damned if you don't. You don't send it, we don't get our product at the end of the day. We're basically going to file a lawsuit against you for $12 million for basically committing fraud against my company. I'm going to charge you with fraud, not defamation, a fraud charge against you, which we know will carry a 30-year prison sentence. But because of the extent of charges we have behind you, we want a 50-year prison term. So, what are you going to do? It seems like you have painted yourself in the corner, so to speak. So, have my product. Because every time I have to go in here and I have to buy my own stuff, it's going to make you look bad. Next time you open your mouth about my product, don't. Because this is what will happen to you. It's like somebody sitting there talking about, hey man, I jumped the Grand Canyon. And you got somebody about, he never jumped the Grand Canyon. He's talking a whole bunch of trash, man. That joker's a freaking liar, man. That guy bumping into you, like, what you been saying about me behind my face about not jumping the Grand Canyon? Give me a bike. Any bike, give me a bike, give me a bike, any bike. That joker jumped the Grand Canyon. So what about you? I can't because my bike is in the shop and right now my leg's hurting a little bit. That's y'all. Y'all make excuses on everything. I don't want no excuses. I want my paint. Sucker had to cheat on Apple Barrel. Are you kidding me? That cheap paint over there? We bought the same thing, did the same demonstration. I did it at 50 lumens. Not 4,000, 50 lumens to my desk. With the screen laying flat so the light would hit right directly on top of the screen. And you couldn't pass that in that dark environment? Are you kidding me? You had to put black paint in your container? That's sad, man. Phew, my goodness, man. That is pathetic. Have my paint. I'm going to go back to work. I got things to do. I want to do a demonstration on this. This is what I was building the screen for. I'm going to do a demonstration of this. I might just do the whole border. Do the whole border and set it up. I'm thinking about doing it that way. Got a couple other pieces of fabric I want to put up there. So I'm going to do a whole border scene around our screen and keep ours black in the middle and expand it over the border. That's what I want to do. Oh my goodness, I thought about that. They got that velvet. That stuff basically doesn't show up our stuff for jack. We got to get some of that velvet. We got to do a black screen and put these huge wide sheets of velvet, like about 4 inches wide, 5 inches wide, and keep our screen right in the middle and just expand it. Oh yes, see what I'm talking about? That's the kind of crazy stuff I like to do. That's the stuff that you guys are scared to do. That's the kind of stuff I like. How about you do it with some gray velvet and see what happens to you? They make gray velvet, by the way, but that'd be fantastic. We'll do a black screen. We'll basically coat the entire screen, and then we'll put these thick sheets of velvet all the way around, and then that way ours would be just in the middle, just a little square, and expand it all the way out. That's a great demonstration. I like it. I'm doing it. I am definitely doing it. Yeah. Oh, another black versus black. Now, see, I'm feeling the love for more black versus black demonstrations. Oh, I got so many things I want to do. But that's a really good one right there. Definitely doing that one. I even got a paintball gun filled with black paint. So I hit my screen with it. Yeah, I figure out crazy stuff to do. Outside, I want to do a demonstration with a lot of plastic. Just take a bucket of black paint, just splash it up the side of our screen. See, that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to be doing on site. I'm going to have a ball. While you guys are sitting there doing fake demonstrations on apple barrel paint. Yeah, crazy. Ain't that right, Mr. Taco? It's crazy. They're afraid. I'm over here crushing it. Well, let me tell you what's going to happen. If you are bold enough, oh, and Mr. Derrick, we know you probably will send it. I want your full address on it. I already got your full address already. We got it already. I want your full address on it. Be a man, put your full address, everything on it, your apartment number, the whole 9 yards, everything. We have it anyway. I already got 2 post office charges on you already. Don't make it 3. So I want the full address, everything on it. You're going to send me something, be a man about it. I thought I'd send you that special message for you yourself. Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, man. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. I need more of a challenge. So we need to cover the top and bottom. I'm going to do that all in black. All in black. Let's hit it up. Are we going to go here? Let's do, let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh. TCL 4K demonstrations. I'll tell you, woke up this morning with a heart attack, didn't you? I said, oh my goodness, really? Yeah, you could, what are you going to say? You can't do anything else. We're going to talk about my products being fake and phony? You owe me black paint now. Where's my black paint? You woke up this morning with a heart attack. I do stuff like that at the end of the day. You want the kind of stuff that we put Jamie through when we give him challenges? Oh, no problem. I can push him in your direction. But I want my black paint. But the thing about it is, if you don't send this stuff, it's going to come with a penalty, an extremely bad penalty behind it. It's not a YouTube thing where if you don't show up, then it's just a YouTube thing. No, we're going to bring you, you're going to court for this. You slandered my company. So if you can't back up your claim, you're already being sued already. This is just going to intensify what we're going to do to you. This seals any possibility of any attorney taking your case. No attorney's going to touch you with a 10-foot pole. What are you going to do? So the more and more you talk about my products, the more and more people think that you're phony because I asked you for black paint. And they're going to request, we'll send him his black paint. He did request it. What's the problem? How come you won't send it out? Because you can't. Because you know we can beat it. And then the other thing is, too, that you've already committed crimes already. So you don't want anybody knowing your address yet. Well, we're going to find out either way. It's going to make a difference, but you just don't want anybody to know. So that also shows that you're guilty of the things that you have already done that were false against my company. And that also, too, would be used against you in court. You can sit there and say, well, I didn't want to give out my address. They're like, what's the point? You got investigated by the FBI task force. They're going to find out where you're at anyway. So what's the point? I would have entertained the theory. Because maybe if we did match the paint, then that would help you out a lot. But if it doesn't, it's going to get you in a lot of trouble. And if you don't ship it out, it's going to get you in a lot of trouble. And if you put your address on it, and you know you've done stuff already that are guilty of being charged and sued, this will also get you in a lot of trouble. And if you don't send it, then your YouTube followers and everybody else is going to see at the end of the day even more on how much of a coward you are and your products don't work and how you can't back it up and we can. That's how you do it in business. This is business strategy. This is how you do it. You don't go back for the tit for tat. You go straight, head on. You don't fight with the tail of the snake to cut the head off. You should know that about me by now. I'm that type of person. I back everything up. We just went through hours on my YouTube channel, just me showing all kinds of crazy stuff. I sat there and said, yeah, we did some demonstration, 3D mapping underwater on a fish tank on this invisible clear technology. Bam, there's a video. Everything I spoke about popped up. I even showed off technology that no one's ever seen before that were developed in 10 to 11 years ago. No one knew about. And you can go back to digital and crystal screen paint and show you demonstrations that we're doing long before Jaime was doing those demonstrations, which means you guys copied off me. That's why when you made the demonstration about running your fingers to the screen, the only people that would know about us doing that would be someone that had to go back and watch your previous demonstrations, because when we ran our fingers to the screen, that's right around the time Goose Screen had those multiple applications, and if you even touched the screen, you would have damaged it, so you had to do the whole process over again. The reason why that demonstration was done to show that you could run your fingers to the screen, you can walk over the screen and roll back over top of it, and you had no imperfections on your surface. That's why that demonstration was done. But when you made that statement on camera, I was like, the only way you would know about that, and we don't do that in any of our demonstrations now because we don't need to, you would have to go back to my old channels and watch my old demonstrations. So you've been copying my work. So everything you guys have done, I can go back and show you through digital and crystal screen paint. We did it already. You're just copying me. Who was here first? Who has more video demonstrations? Who has more testing? Who has more experience? Who has more knowledge? Who has more customers? That would be me. All right then. There we go. Where's my black paint? That's right. I want my black paint. I'm going to get me a t-shirt that says, where's my black paint? At the end of the day, where's my black paint? Oh, that's a good idea, ain't it? At the end of the day, where's my black paint? I'm going to get myself t-shirts that at the end of the day, where's my black paint? Every time we did challenges for Jaime, we used to say No Show Crow. That was his name, No Show Crow. The King Corner Cutter, that was one, King Corner Cutter, because he was always cutting corners, and No Show Crow. Never showed for any of the challenges we gave him, not one of them. Not one. But that's going to be that's my new slogan. At the end of the day, where's my black paint? I contact my lawyer. He said, man, you should have been an attorney. Man, you'd be doing all kinds of stuff. Man, I said, yeah, I'd be putting these people on blast. They do too much at the end of the day. You want to copy? I saw that when I was doing the reviews and looking through my stuff, right? I saw Silent Wait talking about this video we did right here. So since you want to run your mouth, you're going to send me my black paint. So I don't care what demonstrations you do at the end of the day. At the end of the day, where's my black paint? I'm literally going to have that on a shirt now. So we got the screen expanded, as you can see, from one end to the next. So it hits the black surface, it hits the gray, and it hits the white. Danny, you can't do a black versus black, because that's Series C. We don't know what that stuff turns into. Your Series C is Two-Face. You don't know what that stuff's going to turn into the next day. You know Seinfeld, where he's dating the girl, and they call her Two-Face? Like, and the light, she looks good, but in the dark, she looks crazy looking. That's what your paint does. Your paint, like, when you paint it, you think it's going to come out black, it comes out gray. Like, what the freak is going on with this? I don't even know how you would begin to do a black versus black test. Because you're going to have to match black in order to do a black versus black test. I don't know how that would even work. You got to do both. I don't know. I spin the dice. And you know what you do? When you sell your paint, it should come with some dice. One is black on one side, and the other, there's two sides, and the other one is basically gray, black and gray. That's it. Whatever it is, or a twister wheel. That'd be better. Give it a twister wheel. Make it gray on one side and black. Just spin it. I don't know. You might get it. You might not. I don't know. Can't get mad about it. You did it in your own demonstration. Did you not paint that screen? That's why you put a password on the application page to go look at on your website. But it doesn't make a difference because that's a YouTube video. So you can go anywhere and just watch a YouTube video. Unless you marked it private. But you did it in your own demonstration. You came up great. When we're looking at that, like, we got that product over here, we had to figure out, like, how we were going to do the black versus black test. Like, I don't even know how this stuff is going to even come up. If it comes up gray, I guess we got to switch over and do a gray versus gray. So I got to buy both gray and black paint to do the test against that screen because we don't know what color is going to pop up. Oh, man. We're not going to get the paint top off. We're going to have to buy our own paint because, again, they can't do it because they're cowards. Oh. All right, I'm going to hook up something cool with this. I'm going to do the whole border all around. I'm going to order me some black velvet. I'm going to get me, every time I have to buy my own paint for my own demonstrations. I'm going to get me a customized sign. It says right over top of my screen. Every time I do one of those demonstrations, it's going to say, where's my black paint? At the end of the day, where's my black paint? We get a customized sign. So every time I do one of those demonstrations, I'm have it right there. And when anytime someone asks me on site or off site, whatever, what does that mean? Well, we had these individuals. I'm gonna put your names on blast. I'm gonna let them know who you are, what your channels are, and everything. Everywhere. They said our products were fake at the end of the day. We were scamming people. And we challenged them to send us some black paint, and we never got it. Everywhere. I just sat there and said, you don't want that response. You don't want that responsibility. You don't. You gave it to Jamie already because you talked too much trash. I said from the day, and to S.W.5 and the rest of them, you don't want that at the end of the day. Do you want me to give you this? We can give you this if you want it. Now you got it. But not only do you have it, you'll be my supplier forever. Well, not forever. That's impossible. You'll be my supplier until we reach court. Now, every time I have to buy that paint for each one of those demonstrations, this is going to cost you. It's going to take time from you, a lot of time from you, and lawsuits are going to mount up. This is what happens when you go against a tested product. This is what you have to deal with. I can knock out the gray screen, I can knock out the white screen, I can knock out the black screen. That's not our technology. We do black on black demonstrations in all batch numbers. The batch numbers that bear the batch numbers from the fellow in England had a batch number attached. As a matter of fact, it was a screen that was ripped up from cardboard off the floor, stapled to a wall, and coded in piece by piece, which we used to make our batch number. It even had a roll of, we used to have the material in, it was laying against the screen. It was also coded in. There's black paint, black fabric, all that was put against the screen. If your intentions are to buy my products to try to rip off my company, you will be sadly mistaken that it will not go well for you. You will find yourself in court and you will get sued. And I will hit you with jail time on top of that for committing fraud against my business. You will not get a cease and desist order. It ain't going to happen. Now, for those people who buy our products and enjoy our products, thank you so much. We appreciate your support at the end of the day, because we have fantastic customers. As you can see, our customer demonstrations versus everybody else's, that our customers, basically, you're going to have those good customers. There are blessings at the end of the day who buy our products. They know that we can back our products 100%. And their intentions aren't to try to rip us off. Their intentions are to enjoy the products that we allow them to be able to have. At the end of the day, that they don't have to go out and spend all this expensive money for basically overpriced projectors and dark environments. No one wants to be stuck in that nonsense at the end of the day. Or basically dealing with screens that can't give them what their investments and what they paid for to produce on their screens to begin with. They appreciate good technology. But then you got other people out there at the end of the day that are angry and ticked off at Mr. Bird, and they just want to see Mr. Bird fall flat on his face. This is not going to happen, gentlemen. I told you before, this is God's technology at the end of the day. You want to challenge my Lord? You will not win. So that's why I issue for you to make the supplier of my product until we reach court. You know how much confidence you have to have in your product to do what I just did? At the end of the month, we'll open up a P.O. box and we'll challenge anyone to take out an FLE. Do you know how much kind of confidence you have to do that? You don't do stuff like that. We do that stuff. If you have faith and you call yourself a Christian at the end of the day, because I hear you guys calling yourself Christians, if you're faith, then you could back your product up 100%. If you have done no wrong, then I would have black paint over here with your address is attached to it. So why are you afraid of the challenges that I give you? Because you lied. You did the devil's work. That's what you did. And the reason why I can come out and dare to do this at the end of the day with no problem, because I do God's work. So you tried to slander God's technology, and this is your outcome. So I'm expecting my black paint within 2 weeks. The guy who calls himself a minister and not impersonating a minister came at me and tried to tell me, oh, you're not a man of God, and so. So let me get this straight. You contact me claiming that I'm not a man of God, and you're impersonating a minister. How does that work? It's curse words littered throughout your entire email messages of you harassing and carrying on toward our company. You're a minister. You call yourself a son of God. As a matter of fact, you call yourself the son of God, which is even more disturbing because you're not the son of God, period. There's only one of those. So that's blasphemy right there. So, again, you call yourself a Christian at the end of the day. Well, you're saying you're a man of God? Then you send me my black paint. And I'll put it against my product. And I guarantee you that this technology we got from our Lord and Savior will crush it. And then we're out who's the real Christian, who's not the real Christian, who's doing the devil's work, and who's not doing the devil's work. But the simple fact that you claim yourself to be a minister and you're not, you've already done the devil's work. Keep in mind that the charges that are filed against you for impersonating a minister, they're going to ask for your documentations and everything. You don't have that, you're in trouble. Where do you want to go? Let me see. Got some beautiful fish. Let me see. 4K. Oh, no. Cancel. LG snowboarding demonstration. Jamie made a statement that fabric does the same thing as our product. Jamie, that's a separate lawsuit we have against you. If you can't prove that, you owe me 250 grand. Got you on a YouTube demonstration, taking a black surface, draping it over a screen, and claiming that to be our product. That's your face in the demonstration. They all know, the FBI knows what you look like, by the way. You know, because your videos of you on camera, they've been through your YouTube channel, they know what you look like. So they use that face recognition stuff. They can basically figure out exactly your driver's license, everything at the end of the day. They've seen your face. Those of you who've been on YouTube and you've been flashed, they know what you look like. Rogers, they know what you look like. So how are you going to run? They got your face. You're all over YouTube. What do you think? They're not on YouTube watching you? Come on now. You're in an investigation. As a matter of fact, I had a call today. I have to add some more stuff in. You're talking about hiding behind a keyboard. Your face is all over YouTube. Showing the inside of your house, everything. We sat there and had a lights conversation in that little chat room about that Crowcast. They've been watching that too. Talking about your family members and everything. They picked up on all that. You guys are easy to find. Oh, look at that. I got to do that. I got to get the velvet tape. I want to go all the way around it. So we're going to do, it's got to be portable. Because I want to do it on site. I definitely want to do it on site. So it's got to be portable. I need something where, yes, definitely got to be portable. Because I need something I can just set up and do the demonstration off of it. But it's even funner if we can use stuff around the environment too. That's even better. Because you know why? Because again, people say, well, that's probably set up for that. That's why. That's pre-rehearsed. Yeah, I would say the same thing myself too if I saw that demonstration. I would say, well, wait a minute. How come you're just using that? How come you can't use that tablecloth over there? There you go. That's why we do all the tests, because we know we can get people like that. Because I myself would do the same thing to myself. If I saw myself up here doing this demonstration, man, I'd ask so many questions at the end of the day. Well, wait a minute. What about the tablecloth over there? You can't use the tablecloth? You're just going to use that surface? How do I know you don't got that surface with special coating on it? See? That's why my testing is so brutal. Because I put myself into being the worst customer or challenge person at the end of the day. The most crazy things I can possibly think of that anybody can possibly think of, I do it to my own self. You think about that, gentlemen, and what you got yourself into. I picture myself as being that person prosecuting me on the other end, asking all the crazy questions that to do this and do that and so forth and so forth and so forth. So I can basically deal with my own self as being a person to challenge my own self. What chance do you have? That's why I made you my official paint providers for all our products. Sad thing about it is, I'll be buying it all myself. Yeah, I'll be buying it all myself. They can't back it up. Okay, I'm going to finish up here. I want to come back in. I want to expand the fabric all the way around the screen. So that's what I do want to do. So it's just our black border, thick black border on the screen. So I can get ready for what I want to do on site. Because this is the kind of stuff I want to do on site. Oh man, I got so many crazy ideas I want to do. I got to bring some people on board because I need them to help me. Like do that. We're going to do a whole entire, like when we do the demonstrations, like a whole different kind of enactment. Like, you know, a clown chasing another clown with a bucket of black paint and our screens up there and just have them splash it, or have it like a painter's coming through and they're working on something. They actually spill paint down the side of our screen to make the audience think that basically our screen's messed up because there's black paint against it. Because all those doubters in the audience, those are the ones I like the most. Because you're the ones saying, oh man, he messed up, man. That's everyday black paint on this product, man. He ain't gonna be able to pass that at the end of the day. You're the ones that become my biggest audience. You actually become my best believers at the end of the day. The doubters. So I have somebody coming in, like they're working around the screen, and they just spill black paint all down the side of the screen. I come out there like, oh shoot, what did you do? Like, this is ruined. We can't use this. Making them think that, oh yeah, he's caught, he's busted. He's busted, he's definitely busted. That stuff's gonna match his paint, man. So you know what? Turn the projector on. And bam, we do this. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of fun I'm talking about having. Now, can you guys do that? Can you take your gray screen up there and spill gray screen down, paint it down the side of them and go do the same? No, you can't. Because you don't have enough demonstrations to have enough confidence in your product. If you did, you would have it posted to your website. Or you'd be doing this right now. All right, I want to go in and I want to basically expand my border around my screen. So yeah, I'm trying to keep my videos short and sweet. Apparently went over the 30 mark already. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about a black versus black demonstration. That's what I'm going to be doing next. But I want to expand it all the way around. I just did this for fun, gentlemen. So you know what you're up against when I made my request for you to have my black paint to me now. And for any technology, future technology, we want black paint supplied by you until we reach court. I just did this for fun. This shows you what you're up against. When I was sitting there having and putting all that information in there, showing the black versus black demonstration, how we painted on the screen, or how I painted on the screen, I was setting up this demonstration while I was doing this one over here. That tells you what you're up against. Someone that can back their product 100%. That's what you're dealing with. You're also going to deal with the same person when you walk into a courtroom with me. I'm a person that backs everything up. So any chance of you basically walking out that door is zero. I will make sure of that. See you soon, gentlemen. As of that, we got to do another demonstration on this because I'm having fun. Got to go. God bless.